Hi, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Ask a Doulagiver. My name is Suzanne O'Brien. Today's question comes in from Megan S. And Megan asks, how can I practice being an end-of-life doula while being an empath? And this is not the first time that we've gotten this question. So I want to address this, and I really want to make sure that people understand that being an empath is so beautiful. And yes, you absorb a lot of energy and your heart is so very open. And you are organically drawn to being an end-of-life doula because of that gift that you have of being empathetic, right? Presence, compassion, empathy are some of the most powerful traits that end-of-life doulas have. And that's what brings them to this space. With that being said, I want to share with you that if you were not feeling compassionate or picking up the energy that's in that environment, you would not be an effective end-of-life doula if you were cut off. If you are practicing and you again are an empath at heart and you take on a lot of that energy, for every single doula giver that we have, we talk about the practice and we talk about sustainability within the practice, because Doula Givers was designed with everything that really is not part of mainstream medical nursing, hospice care. We just don't have the time. We don't focus on the hospice nurse and self-care and balance and checking in are you doing too much? Do you need a break? It's go, go, go. And that's how, unfortunately, our medical system is structured right now. And our medical heroes, all of them, everyone who works in that space, are absolute heroes, and they're really killing themselves with the amount of work and the stress that they have. So with the doula giver model and practice, we talk about self-care, but more than that, we talk about the practice and how important it is to ground your energy before you go into a patient's home and to ground your energy when you come out of that patient's home. It's like an energetic cleansing and a processing and almost creating this buffer before you go in so that you're not taking on absolutely everything emotionally and energetically that is in that space. And as you and I both know, there is a lot in that space at end of life. Every single person in that dynamic attached to that end of life is having an intense reaction and usually a very different reaction. So you are subjected and absorbing a lot of different emotions and feelings when you go in there. So you have got to have the practice of grounding and great self-care. So what I will say to you is that it's absolutely beautiful to be an empath. We love that, right? We want an empathetic, compassionate world. But with this practice and with yourself in your life, a really important self-care practice is vital. It's mandatory, or else you're not going to be able to be sustainable in this work because you'll just be taking on too much. So what I will share with you is that being an empath draws you to being an end-of-life doula because you have that incredible loving gift. But with that, you have got to make sure that you have an incredible way that you practice diligently all the time before you go into a case, after you go into a case, and have a really good self-care practice as well. So I want to thank Megan S. for asking the question today, how can I practice as an end-of-life doula while being an empath? And I want to answer any and all of your questions. So please, if you have a question for me, please email at askadoulagiver@gmail.com. And I will be happy to either recite this and put it on the webinar, or I will be able to answer you directly in an email. And again, we do our best to answer each and every request that comes in, because this is our moment, this is our time, and we are in this together. So if you have a question, askadoulagiver@gmail.com. Thanks, everyone, and I will see you in the next episode.